Hi Chatboxes. I've had such a great week at college. On Monday I had history. Bear in mind I hadn't had it for a long time and it was so much fun. We did about important dates in history and did like a massive timeline in the college hallway and had it going all the way down the hall. So that was really good. And then in the afternoon I just did a lot of like sheet work. So my hands were hurting by the end of the day, but it was really fun. Then on Tuesday, I had English in the morning and we did some yoga. And then in the second part of the lesson, we did we played some games. We played a board game and it was really fun. And then I had Wednesday and I didn't have maths. Instead, we did cooking in the morning and we made some Victoria sponge cake and some scones. And I had to go to the shops to get some eggs and I couldn't find any of the eggs in the shop, so I was stressing out a bit, and so I went and kindly asked the guy, and the guy was like, "Oh, they're just underneath where the frappe machine is." So I got the eggs, and all the way back to college, I was thinking, "Please do not trip over and smash these eggs," because I'm super clumsy. But hallelujah, I didn't. I didn't actually trip over until I got back to college and gone to go to the bathroom and tripped over then. So at least I hadn't tripped over with the eggs. Then in the afternoon, we had an afternoon tea and it was delicious. I took a load of Instagram photos and it was so much fun. And I need to post them up later, but I can't because my phone has run out of credit, so it won't let me go to Twitter or Facebook on my phone. So I have to top up and then I can post them. And then we got out early, and my sister's boyfriend stayed over. And the other night, they stayed over, and my brother's girlfriend came over, and I normally don't get to bed till God knows when, normally like 3 or 4 in the morning because I'm normally don't sleep that well, so I'm like a night owl. And I've decided to try to get to sleep, and my sister, no, my brother and his girlfriend were being really noisy and stuff, so I decided I'd go into my brother's room, while it's spare now while he's not in uni, and I didn't realise that my sister and her boyfriend was staying in there, so luckily I didn't wake them up. So I had to go stay down in the living room until they'd gone to bed and finally got some sleep. That I think that was on Tuesday night. Yeah, it was. And then also on Tuesday night, my sister was doing some marking of her work with my brother, no, with her boyfriend, not my brother, her boyfriend, and I ended up tripping over while going out the end room. We had chicken curry for tea that night, and on Wednesday evening just had a pasta salad, and then we went and saw my grandma who's been in hospital because she had an operation because she had a thyroid on her neck and something wrong with her calcium level, but she's now out of hospital. Today is Thursday, and it's the last day of the week for me, and I had hand beauty in the morning, and we did some Disney character drawing and face painting. I just did some designing in my doodle book. Then I had break and found out that my phone was out of credit, so I got a bit panicky. And my mate kindly let me call home so I could explain why my phone was out of credit. And I missed the bus this morning because I don't think it showed up. So my brother dropped me in with him and his girlfriend, and we had to pick his mate up. And my knees kept on banging to the back of his chair, which I couldn't help. So he was going crazy with me. So of course my brother and his girlfriend started arguing. So I just iPod, got my iPod out and put my headphones in and listened to my music. And then in the afternoon, I taught a lesson about strokes because my mum's had strokes, and it's really dear to my heart. And it was so great. I did look at the board for a bit too much while reading, but I was the first out of my class to teach the lessons that we're going to be teaching about a hobby or interest we have. And it's really nerve wracking. So, of course, I did it, and I was a bit nervous. Second lesson, when I did the quiz, I was a lot better, and I got them to do some poster work about strokes and stuff, so they printed it off and gave it to me as evidence. And to warm myself at break time in the afternoon, I had a muffin and an apple juice. And I just went to the factory and rested. I left my bag there by accident because I was so focused on getting back to the lesson and carrying on with the quiz. So I had to quickly run back and get my bag. Luckily, nobody had taken it. Then I got back and we did the quiz, and then they said about after that they said how I'd done, and they praised me a lot. It was a bit cringy, and I was like, thanks guys. But this one guy, this one guy that really gets under my skin, always digging at me, always annoying me. He's the one that's making me insecure at my hair and stuff. Was basically slagging me off again. Every chance he could get was trying to pick at me and stuff. So the teachers and stuff have noticed now that he has, but I don't care. I just ignore it. I like the way my hair is. I like the way I am, and I'm not going to let him bother me anymore because at first it did. So I just laughed and was like, "Okay, mate." And so he got in trouble because the teacher had had enough. So she yelled, kind of made me jump a bit, but she yelled at him and was like, "You need to stop being such a mug," basically. And I was like, "Finally." And then he got annoyed because another one of the teachers said how it took guts for me to go first. And he was like, "Well, I was going to go first because he wanted to go first." But it's not like I wanted to go first. I actually wanted to go seventh. But we had to pick like numbers out of a box. And I thought I'd pick number 7. Turns out I picked number 1. Well, I'm not that good at math, am I? And I watched some soap stuff the other night. And I watched some Doctor episodes I hadn't for ages. We got out early and I got the earlier bus, so I cuts through and we didn't have to go through the miles, so it got us home quicker. And I felt really bad for my mate because my mate asked me, does this bus go to Cribs? And I said yes, thinking it was the 78, but it was actually the 79 that doesn't. So of course he had to get off and walk quite a long way. So I was like, oh no, he did not look pleased with me. So I'll message him on Facebook later. Hopefully he's not too annoyed. And I always get left out of the loop when there's ever a drama or an argument in my friendship group, which really frustrates me because I'm like, they'll be going on about it. I was like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, don't worry, Dan. I was like, just flipping tell me. And at lunchtime, these two people wanted to have a private chat, and this one person was like gawping at them. And I was like, it's a bit weird if you're sorry about that, got something in my eye. It's a bit weird if you're watching them while they're trying to have a conversation in private, go on the corner with the rest of us, and the one of the people having the conversation was like, "No, she can stay." I was like, "Well, if it's a private conversation, then she shouldn't be watching because it's just cringy." So then the girl that I told to go on the corner with the rest of us got annoyed at me, but it turns out that all obviously went out of her head because I thought she's going to be mad at me and not talk to me for the rest of the day, like she has sometimes because she's a bit crazy at times. She helped, and she was basically my LSA when I talked to Leslie because I was a little bit nervous. And she helped with the PowerPoint, and she pressed like the next, but pressed it out for the next slide to go, and it was really nice of her. So thanks for that. And I got back home. The weather's so crazy. You can't make it up its blooming mind. 1 minute it's sunny, then it's rainy, then it's cloudy. It's just nuts. I listened to my iPod on the way home. I got back home. My sister was off ill today. Ill. But yeah, but I can't really say that because, I mean, we've all pulled a sick at some time or other. But so I'm not sure why she was off, but she was off and she's watching the new 100 series. I recorded that ages ago, series 3, and my dad deleted it off the TV. So I recorded it again and he deleted it again, so I just gave up. So I'm really behind, and apparently it's on season 4. So I got back and I had a snack and a Fanta and some minstrels that I got from the refectory, and then I watched Baby Daddy and went to watch Henry, and I accidentally deleted it, so I've recorded it for 6. So I'm going to watch that at 6, or probably yeah, I'll watch that at 6, and then just watch Emmerdale straight after that. There's 2 Emmerdales tonight. That's so good. I cannot wait till Wobbit and Alan are back. They've been away for ages. Apparently they're back at the end of May. I think that's true. I hope they're back sooner. I'm fed up with all the couples in Emmerdale failing. Just let them be happy. If I worked for that show, the first thing I'd do was get rid of Emma and sort out the relationships because Emma just gets under my skin. I mean, I respect that people have sorry, my nose is really itchy. I think I've got hay fever because my eyes are really hurting and my nose is just crazy. Anyway, I'm crazy. She's really nice. I know that people have religions, but I hate it when people shove their religions down people's throats. I'm like, you can believe what you want to believe, and they can believe what they want to believe. So stop trying to make them believe something they don't want to believe. It's just crazy. And so yeah, she's really annoying. and I can't wait for Doctor on Saturday. Saturday's episode looks quite dark. I really like Peter Capaldi's hour of the Doctor because it's a lot darker. It's like Sylvester McCoy's the Seventh Doctor. His series was a lot more darker than the normal series of the Doctors that have been. So yeah, I really like Peter Capaldi. I'm gutted he's leaving, and apparently Bill's getting replaced. So I'm annoyed. And apparently the guy from Death and Paradise is playing a new Doctor. I see news of like photos about it and stuff. I'm I've never really seen him in like a serious role, so I'd be because I didn't really watch Death in Paris, so I'm actually looking forward to watching him as the new Doctor. My sister annoyed me, was like maybe they're not having a new Doctor, and maybe they're just going to finish the whole thing, which is not true. She's just a mug because they've already announced that they've got a new Doctor and that he will take over after Christmas because apparently no, I think it's before Christmas for the Christmas special because apparently Peter's leaving at the end of series 12, which is a shame. I wanted him to do the Christmas special, but oh well. So yeah, I played with my main Bluetooth doll. I did some drawing. I went onto Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and I keep on losing Twitter followers. I'm trying to get more Twitter followers than this guy who's on a Danny Miller fan site because he really does my head in. Because we've argued quite a lot because he thinks he knows more about the soaps than me when he clearly doesn't, and he's always like forgetting things or messing up or saying stuff that's not true and stuff, and he's just really frustrating. But yeah, so that's why I unfollowed him and blocked him because he just always brags. And also, I was saying about how I had the same amount of followers as him, and he was like, "Haha, I've got more followers than you." And he always boasts about it. I was like, "What the hell? I'm done caring about who if I have more followers or not. Follow me, do whatever you want. I'm too busy enjoying life. I've had such a great week. Tomorrow I've got a meeting because this person from the special needs council thingamabob, whatever you want to call it, is coming to talk to me about trying to get me more active and more like social. But since they called up to make the meeting, I've been going to the mall and the pub and the shops and stuff, and being a lot more active and social. So hopefully they're here to talk about me getting into some clubs. I've tried to join a drama club, but nothing kind of came of it. So hopefully they can help me get into a drama group. Also, on Monday, I went in and this guy came and sorted out my work experience. I'm going to be working in a flower shop in my local town where I live, and it's such a good flower shop. I love it. I always take photos of flowers, so they know me quite well. So I'm going to be working there next Wednesday and Thursday. But the guy went to see if it was to check the health and safety with his stuff and check that I was alright to work there. So he said that he'll come see me before I go to work experience, just so I know the timetable, like when I'm going in, what time and all that lot. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I have got to go now because I'm going to be having my tea and I'm just working on my book series, and I got my Bluetooth dolls out ready for me to sort out, and I'm going to and I watched Farbound and Escape to Country and I had a cup of tea and a chit chat with my mum to catch up, and my sister's at work, so is my dad, my brother's in uni and my other brother is at college or maybe at his girlfriend's, I am not sure, and my oldest sister, I think on the way back from work, is going to pop into my grandma's, or I think she might actually be staying there to see my grandma because she's been in hospital, as I said. I hope you all had a wonderful week at college, or wonderful week at college? No, a wonderful week at college, school, work, wherever you may have been, and I shall see you around. Bye!